So you're working on your on a Godzilla fan film? Actually, if all people, you would
Yeah,
pull that off.
yeah.
I'm just saying. With your love of trains and models and toys.
Yeah. Woo. So,
Oh,
um,
oh, I wanted to share a tragic thing that. Well, actually, it's been about a month, but I watched that movie, Everything Everywhere, Throw the Kitchen Sink at the Audience movie. What was it called?
the one
Everything.
everywhere all at once,
Right.
the one that I've always hated.
I
Everybody is.
absolutely hated it.
I'm telling you, my wife my wife and my son are like, it's the best film ever, and I'm saying, no,
My
I'm
wife hated it
sorry.
too, actually, which
It
I
it's
felt good
not.
about myself that my wife hated it and I hated it. We were both pissed off when we watched it. We're like, we just wasted how many hours of our lives? And
It's
why did it win an award? It won an
I
award?
I
Actually, more than
don't get
one.
it. I don't get it. I really honestly, the thing is, and here's the thing. I like a wacky movie more than most people, right?
Well, yeah.
Hello, right?
Right.
And that one just never. There wasn't anything to me to hang the film on, right? It didn't have. I mean, it just started off on this weird journey, and
Well, even weird movies that we've even reviewed on this podcast have a purpose or have
yeah, yeah.
something.
There is just no sense to that movie at all. I mean, there's just absolutely nothing.
And did it not just feel like, hey, we can do whatever the hell we want, so let's just do everything?
Yeah.
Isn't that what it felt
Now,
like?
now didn't we do a Japanese film that was a cycle, right? And oh, it was. I remember there was a TV downstairs that was playing things that were like 5 seconds behind the TV that was upstairs. Right? Am I
Yeah.
right about?
Yeah.
And it was sweet as hell, and it had interesting stuff happening to it, and it actually had an interior logic to it that held together, and it reminded me a lot of what that other one could have been.
Yeah. It started off promising, but then I don't know what happened.
Yeah, no, it just kept on going,
It ate too many blueberries and it shit the bed.
and it seemed like there was an awful lot of uh, uh, martial arts fighting in front of a pair of elevator doors. I mean, am I missing something? How
No.
many fights can you have in front of a set of elevator doors? I can say that I have probably only had two in my whole life.
And then he asked the production designer, "What's your color palette?" Everything.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
So I'm glad that you agree with me on that. I was going to ask you what your opinion was, and I keep forgetting to ask you because we watched it
Oh
probably a
God!
month ago.
Oh, the weird thing is I just have not been able to find anybody around me that agrees with me. Oh no, it's the most fantastic and wacky thing I've ever seen. And I go, well, yeah, have you ever seen the heater of Japan?
Oh yeah, this.
Oh, 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 oh! By the way, something that we have to cover. By the way,
Yes,
the new Japanese Godzilla film.
yes. It's. I keep forgetting about it. I keep
It,
remembering it and keep forgetting it.
did you see it? You didn't get a chance.
No.
Oh, you idiot! Oh my God! It's
Let me tell you what my
so
day was like. It was parent-teacher conferences, baking cookies, and making dinner. Yeah, see, that's what I did today. Pretty exciting, eh?
pretty equivalent to my day. Well, no, I had to fire a composer.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
which
can
is
hum
actually
really good.
yeah. It's I'm just having a terrible time finding a composer for this film. Terrible, terrible. But anyway,
Do you need
but
one?
we
Because I
but
actually
we are
know
getting
somebody that might be good. I don't know if they're available, but I know somebody.
you know what I went back to an old friend of mine.
Mhm.
who actually did the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, there you go. See, that's even better.
The only thing about this guy, he is. I didn't think that he was gonna. I thought that he was gonna be busy in and about now, and he kind of like got back to me and said, "Oh, nothing. That other film dropped out, and so yeah, I went with him."
There you go. You know, I think what I would do is I would just call somebody and say, "Hey, can I use that soundtrack that you used on Chainsaw Massacre? Thanks."
Yes, you would.
I won't change anything. I'll just give you credit for it. Thanks.
I was just trying to remember his name. Look it up. I have found that that over the years that talking about music on films is actually vastly more important than the music on films. You know, once the music's there, it's almost weird. It's like once the music's there, probably only 0.01% of the time do I actually go, wow, that music was entirely inappropriate for that, right? Yeah,
and it's when they use a rock soundtrack usually.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
It's not a composed soundtrack that doesn't fit usually.
Right. So.
Yeah. So what? Leatherface you're talking about?
The what? Oh,
Leatherface.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, I thought you said Leatherface.
No, Friday the 13th.
Oh. Was he the same guy that did the music for Vengeance?
He was. It's an Italian name.
I'm actually gonna look up Vengeance. Give a little,
Yeah.
Get the numbers up there. There it is. Oh, I had to scroll through the 800 people that got murdered. Let me think.
Jesus, what? Cast and Crew's easy.
Music by Harry Manfredini.
Harry.
Yes, and he is awesome. So good choice, excellent choice.
Yeah. So, well, the nice thing about him though is I've been having to do this handhold thing and say, no, we need to do this and this. Here's the thing with him, you just describe it to him and it's done.
Yeah.
Right. You know, it was we went through the same problem with Vengeance, and we got to that solution, right? You know, and you know, this time it was like,
well, but he made total sense for Vengeance, obviously, because of the background.
Obviously, but the thing is he saw the movie, and then he comes back in and says, well, you need to do this and this and this, and it was all the points that I was trying to get across with all the other guys, and they weren't getting it. I thought, okay, well,
you know, for $100, I would hum along to it and beat my chest and make sound effects and stuff. See, I have talent.
Let's just say that's going to cost considerably more than $100.
Well, that's what I'm saying. See how much you could be saving? You're throwing your money away, man.
It's just throwing it away. Just throwing it away. Yep.